What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Wezot Talks, an American talking about Manchester United. And we've got an update on the Bryan Mbuemo deal and where the clubs are at. Will the negotiations get done, and can we bring him in, or are Ineos and the Glazers too cheap to bring him in? We also have an update in terms of a few other players, in which we will get to Højlund being one of them, as well as a Nicholas Jackson rumor coming to Manchester United. That is an absolute disgrace if that were to happen. Martinez potential. We've got Estupina updates as well. We've got that and so much more on this episode today, guys. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys have been knocking it out of the park since we really started this channel up. So thank you so much, and we will continue on. And a little late to this, this being now a new day, and this coming out yesterday for you guys, but for me today, the gap between Manchester United and Brentford on the valuation of Mbuemo remains considerable. Just when we thought we were going to be able to get a deal this week, thinking it would actually be today, aka tomorrow for me, for the new kit drop, it looks like it's not going to be happening as soon as we thought, and that is just a travesty. We've been talking to this man and this club for weeks and weeks and weeks, and still nothing there. Ineos, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, not wanting to be bullied and paying $60 million for Mbuemo plus whatever add-ons they're looking for, when that is a fair valuation of Bryan Mbuemo. I don't understand where they're at. There have been no significant developments over the past few weeks. Well, that was a pretty easy one to see there. The two sides are several million pounds apart, and a deal is still not imminent, but talks continue. That's from David Ornstein, who is pretty dialed in when it comes to these matters and transfers. And honestly, I thought we were going to be getting him this week, I won't lie, as well as I'm sure a few other people out there talking about Manchester United have talked about. This is a little bit of a gut check time in realizing and remembering where we currently are at as a club and where we currently stand. Obviously, the Glazers, we know where they stand, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Ineos, it's like they're trying to pull a big ball move on Brentford, saying, we're not budging, we're not going to pay the 60+ million that you all want. You're only doing that because we're Manchester United and we're desperate and we're trying to get the deal done. But Brentford have every right to do so. They want fair value for a player in which he is reporting for their preseason training. He is showing up. He is participating in drills and practice and probably preseason for Brentford, and is being completely professional about it. It is awesome to see him show that loyalty to the club that obviously gave him a chance and that he thrived at. But we know, and he said he wants to move to United, but United are trying to play hardball with Brentford, saying, you're not going to bully us, you're not going to make us pay more than we want to. But Brentford have all the cards. They have all the leverage. United have to come to the table and make a fair deal. If they're stuck on 55 plus whatever add-ons, for Christ's sakes, move up. Pay the 60 plus. Pay whatever you paid for Cunha. It's a fair deal. I don't know if Brentford want more money up front as well, or what the actual nitty-gritty details are of the negotiations, but this is a massive blow when Ruben Amorim he's trying to get his players in. He wants Mbuemo in. He needs him in for preseason to get the team acclimated and ready to go for the regular season, but that is not going to happen. And honestly, I could see this deal going in well into the regular season or the start of the Premier League season. I say regular season with that American mindset in my mind, but it's not a good look. It is piss poor from the club. They need to do better, but we know they won't. We know that they are going to continue to play hard to get until the 11th hour, when people are clamoring for this deal to get done, and they finally pull the trigger and be like, well, we tried our best, but we had to pay up. You should have paid up earlier to get him properly fit and into the club with the culture that they're trying to build, not the culture of the past. So we'll have to wait and see on that one, but that is enough talking about that. Rasmus Højlund, apparently that deal is pretty much dead for him going to Italy, as Inter have signed a 21-year-old Bonnie, who's a pretty solid player, so forget Højlund leaving. Nicholas Jackson, I know there have been leaks or links to him potentially a move coming to United, and what I can say about that is, heck no. Do not bring him to the club. I know Sir Jim was trying to purchase Chelsea once upon a time and is in love with Chelsea and loves their players and would love to have them. But this would be a sloppy seconds of what Chelsea have been doing to Arsenal for many years, of selling them their trash when they're pretty much done with them. Although the Petr Cech one was a bit odd back in the day. This could be another one of, here, have our trash. You can take them. So far, we've done it with Mason Mount, and we haven't learned our lesson. What makes you think it would be any different with Nicholas Jackson? That guy's first touch on the ball is brutal. And yes, did he score a fair amount of goals last year? He did. Do I want him a part of the club? I do not. And I can actually, we can take a peek. Last season, 30 matches, 10 goals, 5 assists, 7 yellow cards. 10 goals, that's it. For the wages that they will probably demand for him, which, I don't know, 60, 80, 100 million. I don't know what they'd be asking to get for him, but I don't want him. He's too clunky. Is he potentially Premier League proven? He's played in the league. Has he thrived? No. He makes more fumble frick plays with his feet and the football than I've seen any other striker in a top league in a very long time. I would absolutely hate this move and really hope nothing comes of it, but who knows with Ineos and Sir Jim Radcliffe. Assuming Brian Mbuemo deal gets done, who else do you think they will sign this summer? At this point, nobody. I don't expect it to be the case. 7 hours ago, Manchester United are willing to pay the 4.3 million severance package to Jadon Sancho in order to facilitate a move to Juventus. He would earn 4.3 to 5.2 million per net per year. There is still work to be done regarding Juventus transfer fee, which we will actually have an update on that here in a little bit. But we said that a few episodes ago, where I was thinking that United are most likely going to pay that severance package for Jadon Sancho to get him the heck away from Manchester United and to never be seen again. And that basically has confirmed it. This breaking a little bit more earlier or later in the day, Manchester United have made a move for Martinez. Discussions with Aston Villa are already underway, and that is coming from Edul. Not too sure, but if United stand are reposting that, then I feel like it could potentially be true. And honestly, at this point, it'd be a great deal. Onana injured. We talked about that in a previous episode as well, that he's out. We need a new goalkeeper regardless. I know Emerim, I think deep down, really does want a new goalkeeper, and Martinez, I think it is the guy. Could they get him for 10, 15, 20 million? Who knows? That remains to be seen. A little bit older. I think he's, 31, 32 years of age. We can double check on that, but he's a quality goalkeeper. Obviously, he's a World Cup proven goalkeeper, having won a World Cup. He is a whopping 32 years of age, and for goalkeeper age purposes, that's not too old. And goalkeepers, I feel like, can play a little bit longer into their lifespan. I think he could be good all the way up until maybe he's 35, 36, and then start to tail off a little bit. But I think that'd be a very solid move if they can get it done, which would then force the hand of Onana to, one, step up his game, train a little bit harder, get back sooner rather than later. Obviously, get him back healthy so that he is more of an asset that we could potentially move on from. This could stir a little bit of that competitive fire between a goalkeeper, because there's only one able to play per game in between the pipes. And who knows if it's a fight or flight move for Onana if United bring Martinez in, but only if they can get a good deal done. I don't want to overpay, but also we kind of need a goalkeeper, so I'd be okay with maybe overpaying just a tad. United, AC Milan hold genuine interest in Estupina, I believe is how you pronounce his name. United have held talks on the player's side, but no formal approach has been made yet. Brighton are open to selling following the signing of Maxine de Kulper. whoever the heck that is. That's from Ben Jacobs. Very solid player. I think he would be an instant impact into the starting 11. I believe he's a left back, if I'm not mistaken, or at least a right back, but I think he'd be a wonderful player. He's got a great engine, good motor on him, very solid defensively, and can move up the pitch. He'd be able to play that wing back position. Yeah, that's Nicholas Jackson. We're going to just continue to move on from that, but this just coming in here in the last hour, and we'll end this episode for you guys. Juventus have increased their offer to Manchester United for Jadon Sancho to $15 million. That is very nice. And then as of just under an hour, Juventus have an agreement in place with Jadon Sancho over personal terms, which is amazing to hear and crazy to see. It is now up to the clubs to agree to terms of a deal, and that is as of Alfredo Pudilla. I could be butchering that, but I'm assuming if the United stand follow him, potentially good source. But that's huge. If we can move on from Sancho, obviously great. If we can get now what they're saying, $15 million for him, if that is indeed the true number, it's better than nothing. And that can go towards maybe bringing in Martinez between the pipes to replace Onana. That all sounds pretty darn good to me. But highlights, obviously, in this one, Sancho on the move to Juventus, or will be on the move, which is really awesome to see. The Nicholas Jackson is more of a meme, and I'm laughing on the inside at that picture, as he really did nothing in that Club World Cup. Got a red card. Good on for him. Was replaced by new striker they got in from Brighton. I'm trying to blank on his name, as well as Delap. So that is hilarious, seeing that picture. Estupina would be a huge get. Obviously, Martinez between the pipes, he's probably the best option that we will be able to get as a starting goalkeeper if we could move on him. And if reports are true, I think that would be a very solid deal to get that done. And then obviously the Mbuemo information is a little worrying in my mind. And I really do hope that they can find a way to get him in sooner rather than later, because if they keep this up, I don't know how successful they will be this season, no matter who else they are able to bring into the club, because this has been their main target for weeks on weeks on weeks and haven't been able to get it over the line. A little frustrating, but we will have to wait and see how things unfold. But that's going to be it for this one. If you did enjoy, be sure to drop a thumbs up, like on the video, hit that subscribe button if you are new. But again, that's going to be it for this one, and we will catch up with you guys in the next video.